Welcome. All right, y'all. I know y'all will rewind this doing an energy read on the Kardashians. All right, that is what we are doing tonight. Welcome. Day one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and so on and so forth. All right. Everything here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. The Fair Act use is in effect of Section 107 and 108 of the U.S. copyright law. It is in effect, and I will pin it in the description box. I will put it there. All right. I hope y'all doing fine. Welcome to Tish Talk. Okay, so we're gonna get into this read on these Kardashians. All right, and I just started pulling the day. No other day but today with this one, y'all. Y'all know I'm always pretty transparent. All right. So just a quick little energy check-in. What I see is um they're in a process of realignment. They're trying to realign, reestablish, renew. You get the drift. All right. Now you know everything here is a legend of entertainment purpose only. I'm not gonna be mean and I'm not saying anything on here to be mean. Sometimes I have to slow down to try to say things in an empathetic excuse me, an empathetic way. Um, they are, of course, in the limelight, but as far as certain type, they are very popular. You know, they have made more than people will ever touch. I understand that. So this cannot take away from the business side of everything that they have accomplished and are accomplishing in their position and their status and power and so on and so forth. However, they have certain types of talent, okay? But certain types we know that they don't have. So I don't want to say that they don't have no talent because they gotta have something, okay? Um, but there's a problem with the circulation of money, and they are still trying to stay on top. They're still in a process of trying to be relevant. And so they are, or at least some of them are trying to still find their niche. Okay. I'm seeing that. I'm also seeing that it's costly to keep certain businesses. All right. I don't know which one of them businesses, but it's something is difficult to keep and to maintain. And welcome. There is something that is difficult to maintain. I don't know how many of the businesses, I don't even know all of the businesses that they have, but at least one of them or some of them, hello, welcome. It is hard to maintain. I channeled that today. Okay. And so they're still in the process of trying to realign themselves, reestablish themselves. They have talent, but it's a certain type of talent. I'm not going to go out and say that they don't have no talent because people say that, but it's not necessarily true. But they have a lack of probably what a lot of mainstream people, of course, they not no singers and dancers and all of that. Okay. But anyway, so when you're like that, you have to be creative. So finding a niche. Some of them girls, maybe even the mother, the family, somebody in that bunch is trying to find their niche. Okay, they're trying to do that. So that's what I heard. Finding my niche, delay in progress. I heard stagnation. Welcome. Hold on. Okay. Hello. All right. So delay in progress, stagnation. Yeah, I saw that. So there's some type of delay, there's some type of progress delay, there's some type of something is stagnant, okay? Juggling, I heard juggling. I feel like it's juggling for money. Hello, God bless you too. I heard that too. I heard yeah, I don't know what they juggling. I don't know, but multiple somethings. I don't know. It could be businesses. I kept hearing the song Money. Y'all know that song? Money. That one. I heard that too. Okay. All right. So I heard that. Um, and let's see. I pulled the Eight of Pentacles card. All right, I pulled that. Alrighty. So this is all that juggling and trying to say, to renew and to realign. Okay. So that's the process. That's what they trying to do. All right. At least some of them are, if not all of them. All right. Because there's delays and stagnation. They're in a refinement process. They need to stay relevant. I did see a relaunch of the show. I did see that. Um, I did see that the future of one of their beauty brands, I don't know which one. I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. But some type of business, okay? They are trying to figure out whether or not to keep it or to let it go. I saw that. The math ain't mathing. All right. I saw that. So that's why the struggle card came up. It's the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So that's what they're trying to do. Um, somebody gonna get married. I don't know, but the Two of Cups card came up too. All right, that came up too. All righty. And I didn't even pull it. Okay. But anyway, that's okay. I pulled it, but I didn't save it. Okay. I saw joy. So there's gonna be joy. Somebody's gonna get married. All right. And then what did I see? Now, there's a book that they are thinking about writing, and it will be multiples of them, not just one of them. Okay. The mom is trying to prevent a book from being written. Okay. The mother is trying to prevent. Several people want to write a book. All right. And there's some things that they want to tell because they need some money. I feel like the son, I don't know what his name is, but I feel like the mother has told the son and somebody else, maybe one of the other siblings or maybe one of her other children. But a couple of those kids have thought about, for money's purposes, to write a book. But I'm going to get more into that a little bit later. All right. But she talked them out of it. All right. Or either they started to write a book. And I know they probably done written some books, but this is like a more of a tell all. And we'll get into that after a while. Okay. Now, what else did I see? Yeah, there's a man like an ex. He wants to write a book too. So somebody ex-husband, he want to write a book too. All right. And then I have right here that the brother, or the son of Chris, that he also wants to write a book. All right. And I'll do some research to see if he already has. But I saw that desire there, and I feel like it's for money. All right. Now, cheating scandals and false narratives. There's something with some cheating that they want to, whoever wants to write this book wants to tell. That's some of what they want to tell. And something about them wearing masks and having false narratives. That's another thing that whoever wants to write this book wants to come out with, but it's being blocked right now. Okay. All right. Keep it on the down low came up. That song, I was hearing that song as I was channeling their energy. Keep it on the down low came up. All right. Y'all know that song, and nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. That one. Doing anything for clout. I was channeling that song. I channeled that phrase all about the Benjamins. I kept on channeling spend the night. Spend the night with me tonight. That one. And then creeping. Y'all remember that song by TLC, Creeping? I kept on channeling that too. So I did have this weird feeling, y'all, and I asked the cards because I felt the energy that do they do one another? Do they do one another like sexually? Um, Maybe some of that has gone on. But anyway, someone is controlling the narrative of the prevention of this book from being written. All right, I know that. I did channel that. All right. Now, let's keep going. As far as that tell all book that is in a couple of their heads, it's in a few of their heads, okay? And I feel like the son as well and somebody's ex-husband or ex-boyfriend. This is what I feel like Chris, how she was able to prevent that from going forth. Chris just basically said that what we can do to control our narrative, we will just write our own all tale book. We will all get together. We will all pitch in. We will put in what we want them to know about us. Okay. So that we can prevent some of the really, really bad stuff from coming out. Okay. And then we can control the narrative and we can split the proceeds. All right. We can split them evenly. And I think that Chris said that. So that's how she was able to prevent and block all of that from coming forth. And then I feel like her son was one of them for money purposes. And I feel like one of them girls too, probably the more less popular girls. But we know that this is how he feels like he's a black sheep. The son, I don't know his name. This card says black sheep, rebelling, going against expectations, defying norms, just not as popular. All right, not as meaningful in Chris's eyes, I'm sure. Now, as I started off, I was saying they trying to realign themselves. They trying to figure out money situations, trying to find a niche, trying to come up. I have money, but I need more. Yeah. What we have to realize, they have money, but they feel like they need another big break. All right. I saw the relaunch of the show too. Um, let's see. Yeah, refining. They have a need to try to stay relevant because there's been a delay, there's been stagnation. There's been like, I don't even know if I want to keep this business or that business. I really don't know which ones. I think it may have something to do with beauty. All right, but that's what I feel based on the energy that I felt earlier. They have money, but they need another big break. Okay, that's what they've been saying. Maybe in times past. It has not been as much as they have wanted when it comes to money and finance. You may think it is looking, but you got to be careful looking from the outside looking in. People have a lot of expenses too, and it takes a lot of money to live a certain type of lifestyle. So people can always use more, and that's just what I see. They have some, but they've been like looking for more, needing more, or in need of more, trying to figure out that niche, trying to figure out how to produce more. They feel like they need more. Okay. I see a lot of magic. Of course, I'm sure, that wasn't surprising to me when I channeled that. I see some spell work. I do see a lot of spell work. I see some more stuff too. We're gonna get into it later. The Ace of Pentacles came up. That card came up. Um, let's see. Planting seeds. A lot of spend the night. I still kept that just kept on being a thing throughout this whole channeling. That song "Spend the Night" by the Isley Brothers with me tonight. That one. Let's see. Because I kept channeling those type of songs, it made me wonder, are these girls call girls? I'm really starting to think that they might be call girls, y'all, because it was a lot. I just kept hearing that. Okay, spend the night. And then this one came up too. Nightlife, striptease, gamble, Vegas. Alrighty. So that came up. Now, do y'all know this was kind of, I don't want to say shocking to me because I shouldn't be shocked, but I think this might be coming from Chris and a couple of her daughters. Somebody in that family, or either some of them, do you know that they expect Black China brand? I heard the Black China brand to raise them up and to create some type of path for them or contribute something back to them. Okay. They want her to feel obligated. They want her to feel obliged to do this, to create some type of generation of income for them, like a path for them to, or a door for them to walk into, just to give back, to contribute back. All right. Um, it's like they feel like we made you in a way just for being, part of our family, because you had a baby from our brother or from my son. Yeah. So they want her to feel like she's indebted to them. So somewhere down the line, if they have not already like ran up in her face about that, that's the projection. That's how they feel. It'll come out, they'll go to her if they have not already went to her, but they feel like she ought to just be happy to be a part of, you know, to have the name, to have had that name, to have had those kids, or I don't know how many kids she had from him. I don't know because this not nothing that I follow like that. But that is, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? But it's like we made you in a way we made you, you know. Hello, welcome. Yeah, they want her to feel like that. So I don't know how they feel like They feel like she's supposed to come up with something, and whatever she come, out with, if it's successful, they want a piece of the pie. They want, to be a part of it. If she winds up and gets reality show, you got to let us appear. You got to give back because you took a part of our name. You took a part of our family history. You're a part of our family because you have them babies or baby or whatever. I don't know however many. But whatever she come up with, they feel like she's supposed to give back. Maybe they haven't expressed that, but they will, you know. If she ever come up with something good, they're gonna want a piece of it. All right. And not to say that she's not doing good, but you know what I mean. They want her to feel like she's indebted to them. If they have not set that expectation, they will. If she ever comes out with a big, big, huge break, they're gonna want a piece of it. You're indebted to us. We made you in a way. Okay. I think the mother, Chris, be running things. She controls the narrative. I heard through my children. That's not surprising. Um, the family card came up, blood ties, inner circle. All right. Now, um, one or two of those children, okay, which they are grown children, you know what I mean, Chris's children, okay? Someone is dissatisfied with their life. So some of them are dissatisfied with their lives. They don't have the contentment, you know what I'm saying, with their life. The advice from Spirit was to just find yourself, follow your own way, even if it's not highly weird, okay? We got to follow our own dreams, all right? What else? Now, will they get in trouble with this thing with the feds? Um, they don't know yet. I feel like it's undecided. I think it's a 50-50 chance. There, based on the cards that were pulled, there is that challenge based on those cards. It could very much be a thing, y'all. So I saw there's something that was done and it wasn't right. There's people know about it. There's regret over it. I heard like I shouldn't have. I was channeling that today. I shouldn't have done it. They're working behind the scenes to prevent that. The justice card, legal card came out. All right. And I didn't even know what was going on. But, anyways, yeah, that came out. I saw mental stress, seeking help, legal justice card. All right. All right. They're gonna continue to have some babies. Somebody gonna have some babies. I don't know which one of them girls. All right. I don't know how many, but yeah, it's gonna be some more pregnancies. All right. They are not all through having babies. They are not all through having babies. Now, this is what I don't want to be disgusting, so I'm gonna have to be careful how I filter this out. Okay. Having our own babies and eating other babies and sacrificing them and yeah. The mass hiding card came out. Of course, the nightlife card came out. Gambling Vegas, striptease. Desperate moves came out. The Queen of Swords came out. Justice came out. I just showed y'all the Justice card. The High Priestess card came out. This is working behind the scenes to try to manifest whatever that can come out to not come out because somebody's in a little bit of trouble. There's something that they're trying to fight and prevent from coming out. The Eight of Cups card came out. They trying to hold on to what they have, y'all, and try to get more. The Page of Swords card came out as well. The Two of Swords card came out too. Difficult decisions. Um, Here's the page. The Family card came out as well. All right. So that is pretty much all I have for the Kardashians. I could pull some more, but y'all don't act very much interested in it. If you have some more questions, I will go ahead on and continue to pull some more cards. Look at the Eight of Cups. The devil energy is definitely there as well. All right, so here are some of the cards. I'm just going to show y'all before I leave. Okay, that's the Three of Wands. This right here is the Two of Swords. The Eight of Cups. The Queen of Swords. They fighting to keep what they have and fighting to keep something from coming out. The High Priestess, Justice, the Eight of Pentacles, The Page of Swords. All right. The Five of Swords. That's that variation and tension and stress. Family, mass, nightlife. And we talked about the black sheep. So whatever y'all want me to read, let me know and I will be back. All right. I hope y'all have a nice Thanksgiving. Hope you all getting everything prepared. And I love y'all. Be blessed. Have a blessed and beautiful night. We'll be back with another read. Bye.